it, right? Music, movies, books. I loved it. I loved it. And maybe ever since I started to have my YouTube channel, well, ever since I had live videos and more videos for my YouTube channel, I think I've stopped watching movies as much as I used to, shows, and stopped reading as many books because I love books. My library was of 2,000 books that I've kept since I was a little girl. Well, I had books from my mom, neighbors that would have like garage sales, being aware selling cheap books from everywhere. I just loved having my library, and I used to always say, I'll keep my books in my storage bins because they're clean. Why should I have a mansion to be able to enjoy my own library? Why? Let me just keep them in my containers and enjoy my books whenever I want to. Just open them up and start reading whatever I want, and in groups or just one book or whatever. I would even give some of my books away and think, oh, I should keep the name of it because I really don't want to like lose my reference books. So for me, they were all reference books. I would see them in so many ways. Some people would ask me, "Do you read? Do you read them?" And that would be so annoying because I kept thinking these are reference books. Some people just hate books, and I'm a bookphile. I'm a bibliophile. I love books. I know how to look at the Holy Bible and tell you these are 66 books. Each book has a different set of objectives, and I've seen some my dad reads all the time, and it has the objectives for each of the 66 books of the Old Testament and the New Testament. And remember, these are more. There are more books in the Torah that has to do with ceremonies of the Hebrew and Greek language. One is the Hebrew language, and one is Aramaic language, not Arabic, Aramaic. So it does get to your nerves when you realize how we all have a shallow understanding of some things like literature and faith, unbelief. Why? Because these are what's set into our nervous system to have an afterlife. Everything that has electricity has life. Oxygen is thought to be the soul. There's the concept of the soul to kind of mention uh, how I felt today. I felt how I felt today. I felt sad for my friend Reina, who lost psychology, a lot of courses in computer science, and I took psychology, a lot of courses in computer science, and I took courses in pedagogy, teaching, the science of teaching. So I am considered a chemist. I wanted to mention that I am considered a chemist, but don't take it a wrong way. A lot of people get really treated badly because they have knowledge. So they're treated like, oh, well, you must have known this, and some sort of professional understanding or training or knowledge that they know every single thing and then they're capable of the worst. I hate that. Cynical or whatever you want to say, because first of all, the cynics were a bunch of people that were in a group of philosophers. They were philosophers. No matter how you want to look at us as being distinct or different, we're basically the same. We're all the same. Now, how we conduce our energies to do good and the circumstances that we have, and like, and the things that we just cannot conceive. What I mean is that, um, unfortunately, when we see each other as menacing and bad, we become the worst because we start to react in ways that are just not right. So we have to relax and try our best to control the situation without going straight for the jugular. I mean, we have to evangelize. We have to be like angels. We have to kind of think, okay, if you do read the Holy Bible, you'll understand a lot of things about how just just the effects of being, how do I put it? Vengeance is totally wrong against humanity itself, because it just gives impressions and impressions, and it just builds and builds and builds on very negative things. uh, God said, when Cain and Abel had their situation where one of the brothers killed the other brothers, God said, don't even touch him. He's a murderer, but don't even touch him, because vengeance is the Lord's. Okay, so you know the saying. Yeah. I know. I never really memorized a lot of things. I apologize. I apologize. I know I may sound shallow, but talk a little bit bubbly. It's because I am okay with having a bubbly personality, but it doesn't mean that I know nothing about anything at all. Double negative? No. Uh, okay. Um, Other technological things. I'm a scientist. I'm an artist. I do YouTube videos, music videos. Vega TV in around 2025, around there, where they had a booth, um, mathematics classes when I was in the first grade and the second grade. Then I came to Florida and Miami, and the stuff that I had in Los Angeles. Yeah, it bittered me. It bittered me a little bit. But I love swimming. I love to swim. Well, not really swimming. Water aerobics. I love water aerobics. You guys, I miss you. I'm an affectionate person. Sometimes I'll not be affectionate because I want to not give a wrong impression, make them feel like dying inside. I'm like, oh my God, I hope I didn't do that. I hope I didn't make anyone die inside. So I'll be a sweetheart, right? Because I am a sweetheart. I'm married. I'm married to a beautiful soul, a sweet man who has a lot of health problems. Flirty, and he's flirty. We love to flirt with people. We love to give little hearts and say, "Hey, you look great," and stuff like that. So we're flirty, but we don't sensitive to each person's mood and each person's sensitivity. It's difficult. Some people are more sensitive than others. I just had an experience the other day when I was in downtown Miami, and I waved to someone because I needed some help with directions, and that phone and just saying, "Yeah, can I help you?" or "I'm busy" or something, or reply of some kind. I think I might have seen him before in downtown, because that building, I had been there that same week. But yeah, people, if they see you twice in a week and they don't know you, they might think you're stalking them. So that was very cumbersome to be maybe thought of as stalking, you know, as someone that's stalking someone. So yeah, very uncomfortable. That's a very uncomfortable situation, in my opinion. In my opinion. So your imagination can just run to just say, what's really happening here? What happened? It was more just pours out, just drips away. It's frustrating, but I'm happy to be here with you. I mean, I really want to dig into how bad it can be to lose time, and oh my gosh. You can't live by what other people say about you, and you can't be self-conscious about these things. It's a real world. As things get really, how do I put it? Thank God that we have many generations, because if it weren't for new generations, how would we just keep it all going? We can't. We can't. Wow, so many people feel so unhappy, unfortunate, and if I could have their rate, wouldn't I just enjoy it more than they are enjoying it? But that's not really reality of doing that. Like that song that I wrote, Yadies, Yadies was shopping for a life, but she came across my life. She said, your life's not so bad at all. That were about relating to each other. So that's kind of like what I meant with the song Yeats. That she was shopping for lies. An acquaintance of mine at that time, which I haven't seen her in years. Her name wasn't Yeats, but it did start with a yeah, with maybe a Y. Sounds good. So that made me feel happy to sounds good. So that made me feel happy to kind of like, instead of feeling negative about something I was going through, to just feel like someone would like to be in my shoes during that situation or that moment or whatever. So in that, it made me feel happy. So it inspired me to write that song. Then I just added words, random, concepts and things like that to make it rhyme, And I would just add things like, somebody might laugh at me if I'm playing with a pail, maybe. And it's not laughable. It's fun to play with pails, but I just put it there. And it's not laughable. It's fun to play with pails, but I just put it there. Or if I'm ranting, or if someone is ranting, like, and then she's a mile, and she's like, oh, that's a lot better. So that's my comparison. But the song in itself, um, have words that are um, rhyming, and and maybe just words, Hey guys, Andrea. Oh, Andrea, how are you? Bless you. Bless you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are sweet. Bless you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for coming. I took a video of myself acting like if I'm drinking something and I'm being drunk. And God forgive me, because that he could only act in movies that were about people that were drunk, because he had a disease that caused him to be like this, like if you were drunk. So yeah, I'm get I psychologically, I do not feel comfortable to be in any kind of vulnerability. So I'm not into getting drunk, and I rarely drink. Always have always rarely drink. I mean, like once a year, or never a full serving. That's okay. I'll have like one or two, and it'll be okay. But of course, in safe company, like alone. Milk and water. I don't like sangria. Um, I'll like a sweet wine. Sinful video. I sent it to a cousin of mine, and then I put it on the internet years ago. And I'm like going like this. Is my favorite. I love it. My aunt has like a little bit of paralysis to drink liquids, so she drinks. Um, Blood glucose is part of the dehydration of glycogen molecules in the muscle. Why a lot of people were noticing, like, why is it that when people have something sweet and sugar, their blood goes down, but if they don't, it goes up? Because of that, because the blood is a buffer, and having electrolytes will help. That's why magnesium is suggested a lot for people who have diabetes. Sodium also helps, but sodium is something that every mineral you have to be careful not to have an excess of, but not enough is also detrimental. Like sodium, people don't have enough sodium, they can suffer from depression. That's why sodium have similar chemical reactions in our bodies, for our bodies. So minerals are elements. Yep. Sodium, lithium, right there in the same column. Blood, your blood is a tissue, so having electrolytes is a great way of maintaining your blood at a good level of all these chemicals that you have. Because if you don't have cholesterol in your blood, if you have an injury, God forbid, what's going to cover it up? There are three ways of having your wounds, your blood wounds covered up, and one of them is the cholesterol in your blood. It'll just patch it up. So there are three coagulations of hemorrhages. of dying of just bleeding to death from a kind of wound, like an accident of it could a lot. It patches up the wounds. I'm a person that believes that we should always have for our wounds, our wound system, some help of moisturizing it naturally. Like these are concepts, right? Water, olive oil, that kind of cicatrización. How do you say that? That moisturizer, water and olive oil, water and olive oil. Now, are there other elements that clean, that declog it? Probably some mineral substance is gonna like help you to keep those arteries in better, you know, in a better kind of healing of the wounds. I have a skin wound, like a scrape on my leg. It's an actual, open wound, or it opens and closes. It's a wound. It's a skin wound. It's considered a bruise, a scrape, whatever. But at the same time, when I use some, I'm not saying drink hydroperoxide. No, never. I'm not saying that. But when I put hydrogen peroxide on my wound, it makes the top layer fall off a little bit. Like it just makes it loose because it's helping that skin fall, and the skin on the bottom just kind of grow into being the top layer. So it back into the system and be part of the circulatory system and part of the coagulation system, and it doesn't end up being big chunks that fall into you know the extracellular fluid, whatever. You don't want some brain barriers to protect the brain, but arteriosclerosis is seen as a bad thing. It's not seen as something. Guys, oh, you're so sweet. Bye, sweetheart. Take care. Thank you for coming. You guys are beautiful souls. Mwah. Thank you so much for being good company to me and being respectful and kind and sweet and affectionate. Thank you so much. And you can't start calling places, say, I'm worried about her. I'm worried about her. Because you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who you're talking to, because you might be just talking to the really wrong person for help. And instead of help, what they're giving you is, I mean, 2 years, and having your mom pass away without you. I mean, your intention was to always take care of her and not be with her because of those 2 years that you had no rights, no human rights. No, you really shouldn't forget it. You should just kind of like uh, blocking it, forgetting it. All that is probably much worse than remembering. No, that's not good. Now, if you talk about it and you mention it to people that are like, oh, I feel guilty about it, or like, I don't feel guilty, I did the right thing, or people that could have some sort of claim on that. Um, you don't have to vagueness, and others are going to say, what is she talking about? It's a matter of the level of experience you had. If you can plug it into something, then yeah, you're going to understand. If you can't plug it in, it wasn't meant for you to listen to. It's okay. I apologize if it's not catering to everyone, but yeah, some things that are vague in general. So you guys have a great night. Wherever you are, have a great day or night. Right, it's nighttime, so take care. Just being funny. All right, take care.